Elias Pettersson signed a 3-year deal at 7.35 million AAV, while Quinn Hughes signed a 6-year deal at a $7.85 million AAV. Now, Max, I got a message from one of my group chats that I'm in that said, one of these players is overpaid and one of these players is underpaid. Which one is it? And I'll let you decide. But one thing that I will say about Elias Pettersson is that that's a great deal for the Canucks now, but in 3 years, they're in trouble.
Are they though? Because they still haven't walked into unrestricted free agency yet with this deal. That's where I am really happy with the term of where they got to with this. 3 years, it gives them a chance to see what the salary cap's going to do, which a lot of people are prognosticating and predicting that after this shortcoming of obviously profits due to the COVID shortened pandemic seasons. This is where the league is going to start to rebound. And this is why you're seeing some of these deals structured the way that they are right now. Personally, I like the term for both guys. It buys a year of unrestricted free agency from Quinn Hughes. But Elias Pettersson, there's a lot to like about this deal in terms of where the AAV comes in at for what he can produce. Obviously, he has to stay healthy. It's one of those interesting times where he's coming off an injury riddled season where he didn't produce a whole lot, but people know what he can be.
He had a really good year in that first year and kind of took a lot of people by surprise because if you recall, a few teams passed over him, and I don't even think the teams below that 5 spot for Vancouver were necessarily going to pick him that early necessarily. And he came out and just lit the league on fire. And I will say this, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, with how good Pettersson and Hughes were early, I think what had happened was that it accelerated the Vancouver Canucks rebuild, and I don't think that they were ready for it yet. I don't think they were planning for it to be where it got to as early as it did, and that's why you saw them signing the guys like Jay Beagle and Louis Eriksson in the first place, because those were supposed to get them to where those guys were going to come off the books, and then this rebuild was going to take over, and they weren't able to do that because it happened so fast. And I think there's parts of that in other teams as well. I think of the Leafs a little bit, but I think Vancouver is a really good example